Having taught English as a foreign language for almost 3 years now has made me see and realize how interesting, how complicated, and how complex the English language is to a new level. It also made me widen or broaden my understanding on world Englishes and that American or British Englishes should not be treated as superior languages or superior Englishes because English is not owned by a single group of people or a single society or a single country. Just like any other language, English is arbitrary, conventional, productive, and creative. It continues to evolve over time. What I want to share in this video are some English words or expressions commonly used by the Japanese people, most of which I encountered or I heard or I read in Japanese school settings. These words are considered as Wasei Eigo, or Japanese-made English, or JAPANGLISH. What is Wasei Eigo? These are English words coined or originated in Japan. These expressions may not actually exist in other English-speaking countries, or they have different meanings here in Japan or when they are used by the Japanese people. Just like in the Philippines, diba, we have Philippine English, say salvage, or appear, or bonnet, and many others. You might have heard some of the expressions that I'll be sharing here in Japanese anime, or you might have encountered them as you read Japanese manga or some Japanese books. So again, I'm sharing some Wasei Eigo expressions that I've encountered so far in my job as an ALT in an elementary school, in a junior high school, and a special needs school here in Japan. Let's start with the first one, challenge. So in Japan, challenge is a very positive term or expression to mean to try very hard or to strive toward a goal. So for example, in the classroom, when students are presented with a new concept or a new English lesson, and then the teacher or the Japanese teacher and I would try to ask for or to look for volunteers, and then we would usually say, of course, the Japanese teacher of English and I would say, okay, challenge. Who wants to try? Like, who's the challenger? Yung mga ganun. Yung Japanese way is challenge. Number 2, fight. Yun, Japanese way is fight. Yun, it's a form of encouragement. Parang very close dun sa original meaning or context na. But then, usually, they use it as an encouragement. Parang, do your best. Parang gambare in Japanese. Yun, so, or don't give up. Fight. Number 3, high tension. During class activities or class games, tapos, I would want my students to to enjoy or to give more energy or to be more enthusiastic dun sa activity. Before, I said, oh, more energy please, more energy. And then, walang reaction yung mga students. And then the Japanese teacher said, high tension. And then, yun, medyo naging lively. And then I realized, oh, high tension. Parang sa atin when we are performing in the Philippines or when we are practicing, the leader would say, more energy, or energy, performance level, like that. So, high tension, Japanese English. Number 4, cunning. In Japan, it means cheating during exams or during tests. Cunning, the original meaning, like being skillful in doing something. Pero in a bad situation. Though medyo ganun din naman yung meaning nito in Japan. In Japanese English. Number 5, high touch. Yun, meaning high five. Yan. In the Philippines or in Philippine English, appear or up here. Yun. So, high touch. I usually do this with the elementary kids. I mean, I usually use it with the elementary kids, especially yung mga medyo vertically challenged. Yan. So, I would say, high touch, high touch. They'd love it. Next, number 6. Big voice. When I first came to Japan, I mean, as an ALT in 2018, it was when I first encountered or when I first heard this from a Japanese teacher inside the classroom. And then when I asked the students to repeat a word or a sentence, repeat after me. Yung ganun. So the Japanese teacher would say, big voice, big voice. Huh? What? And then I realized what she meant or what the Japanese people mean with big voice is loud and clear voice. Number 7, my junior high school teachers usually use this expression, plus alpha. Yun. Yeah, the alpha symbol. So it means there's a bit more, there's more to it, like with something else, yun, plus alpha. So when they're explaining some grammar points, yun, some teachers would use this, plus alpha. Next, number 8, time over. Time over in Japanese English or in Wasei Eigo means time's up. The time is over. Time over. It's not overtime, which I initially thought. Number 9, 3 or 4 groups. 3 or 4 groups. When I first heard this during one of my class activities, I thought the students will make 3 groups or 4 groups. And then the teacher, the Japanese teacher, repeated the instruction in Japanese. They said, Sannin yonin group. And then I realized, so one group with 3 or 4 members. Yeah. So yeah, I still hear some teachers say 3 or 4 groups when they mean a groups of 3 or 4 members. Number 10, text. Yun, text. When we say text in the Philippines, I don't know with other countries, it's actually a reading material, diba? So dito sa Japan, when they say text, it means textbook or their school manual. Textbook, shortened version, short for textbook, text. Number 11, notebook. Ayun, like textbook, pinaiksi lang din. It's a shortened version of the word note or noto in Japanese. Notebook. Which leads to number 12, memo. I'm used to hearing memo to refer to a memorandum issued by an official like principal or a head teacher to the teachers. But in Japan, it means notes. So like write a memo, which means you can take down notes. Next is power up time. Power up time. It's a special lesson after lunch break before they start the first period in the afternoon, or it's the 5th period dito sa amin. So like there's a certain topic or lesson or subject that all students in that certain grade level study. For example, English for today, they have some exercises in English, be it writing or reading. Or for example, in math, they have a parang short quiz siya. Pero I'm not sure if it's really recorded. I mean, if the results are really recorded. But yeah, they have activities. Number 14, print. Purinto in Japanese. So it's actually printouts or handouts. It's not you print using the printer, ganun. Pero it's Yun nga, handouts nga. Ang kulit pa. And then next, number 15, sharp pen or sharp pen. Sharp pencil. Sharp pencil. Ayun. This is actually mechanical pencil. Yun. So, hindi nila alam kapag sinabi mo pencil lang. Ang alam nilang pencil ay yung usual, yung tinatasahan. Ganun. Pero pag sinabing sharp pen or sharp pen, yun, alam na nila. It's the mechanical pencil. Next, number 16, sign. Sign. It's not signage. It's not signage. It means signature. Usually for deliveries, they would ask you to write your full name when they're asking for sign or for your signature. Yun, dito sa Japan. But yeah, sign means signature. Though ginagamit din naman natin sa Pilipinas, this one, as a verb. Please sign, ganon. But here, sign here is, it's a noun lang. Next one, the elementary kids love this, seal. Seal. It's not like to seal a container, a box, or a bottle. Yun. Seal in Japan means sticker. Ayan. In the elementary, kids would die for one sticker. Like, pabibohan para makakuha ng sticker. Kapag madaming stickers yung nameplate mo, ibig sabihin, bimong bata ka, batang Jollibee. So, seal means sticker in Wasei Eigo. Next, number 18, stamp. Ayan, stamp. Stamp, postage stamp. But here, it's actually the, ano matawag doon? Rubber stamp. Ayan. So, it's the personal seal, yun. Yeah, yung inkan na ginagamit nila to sign important documents. Instead of affixing their signatures, they use their personal seals. So, stamp din yung tawag doon. Or yung mga stars, yung mga very good, mga ganun. Those are also called stamps in Japan. Number 19, mail or mail address. It means email or email address. It's not yung galing sa post office. Ang tawag naman nila doon, ay nakalimutan ko pala, is post. Yun, post naman ang tawag nila doon. Yung mga sulat, yung mga documents na dumadaan sa post office. Pero yung mail or mail address, it's email sa Japan or sa Wasei Eigo. Number 20, homepage. Ayan. Homepage, close din naman dun sa alam kong meaning ng homepage. Pero dito kasi website or yung webpage, ang tawag nila dun is homepage. Ayan. I think bawat school sa Kobe naman, they have their own homepages, their own websites. Number 21, trainer. Trainer, it's not someone who trains or who coaches a team or a person. Ang trainer sa Japan or sa Wasei Eigo means sweatshirt. Ayan. Kapag yung jogging pants naman sa Pilipinas, ang tawag doon is trainer pants. Ayan. Trainer, sweatshirt. Number 22, Y shirt. Y shirt. My t-shirt, edi may Y shirt. Yung t-shirt is the short sleeve shirt. Ang Y shirt is yung dress shirt or yung pang formal shirt, long sleeves. Yun, na usually they pair it with tie and coat na din. Yun. Sa Wasei Eigo, that's Y shirt. Number 23, mansion. So when I first heard of the word mansion used by the Japanese kids in my classroom, I thought initially, wow, ang yayaman naman nila. Yun, they live in a mansion. Pero mansion is actually an apartment or a condominium housing or condominium or a housing. Yun, iba yung apato nila kasi yung apato it's or yung apartment it's a building with 2 or 3 floors or 3 stories. Kapag mansion, mas ano na siya, parang medium to high-rise condominium buildings. Yeah, that's mansion. Number 24, salaryman or OL. Ayun. Nung una ko narinig to, when I first heard salaryman or OL, OL is office lady pala. Yeah. So, I thought, what do they really want to be when they grow up? Kasi, di ba, when you work naman, you expect to have salary. So, why do they still want to be a salaryman? Ayun. So, yun, and then I ask, what's a salaryman? And then the Japanese teacher said, "Oh, someone who works in the office." Okay. So parang it's an office worker or a white collar job, white collar worker. And then number 25. Oh my god and don't my. Yan, sige ulitin natin. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yan. Yun, oh my god pala yun. Don't mind. Ayun. Usually yung mga teens or yung mga youth, yun, gumagamit na itong mga words na to. Oh my god. Yan. I had one Japanese teacher partner before sa elementary. Nalipat na siya sa ibang school. Ayun, mahilig din siyang gumamit nito. Oh my god. Ayun. Tapos yung mga bata, they say don't mind, which means don't mind. So those are just some examples of Japanese expressions or words that are considered Wasei Eigo. Yun. So again, I repeat, Wasei Eigo is different from Garaigo or yung mga loaned words. Kasi for Wasei Eigo, they sound English. I mean, they are actually English words, but then they have different meanings or contexts when used by the Japanese people or when used in Japan. So, nagpapanggap na English because they look English but they really have a different usage or context. So, again, it's part of the characteristics of English language. So it's conventional. I think the Japanese people think it's conventional for them, so they use it. We can't say that these are wrong because for diba language naman, for as long as people could understand each other by using the language, it's part of it's acceptable. So in conclusion, I think Wasei Eigo or ano ba yun? The Japanese made English is part of the Japanese English, which eventually I'm positive to it. I'm looking forward to it, which eventually the Japanese English will become a new variety of the English language, just like in Indian English, Australian English, Philippine English, Singaporean English, and many other varieties of the English language. So that's all for today. I'll see you again next time. Adios.